Hello everyone, this is Zach with pptq, and today we are going to be replay testing Approach of the Second Sun, or Blue-White Approach, as it's more well known as. So the big deal with this deck is that, we had it a little bit more before, and then when Ixalan came out, then all of a sudden at the Star City Games Invitational in Dallas, all of a sudden it's everywhere. It had two spots in the top eight, Jim Davis and I cannot remember the other guy. They both had two kind of different ways to approach this deck. So I'm going to go ahead, and this is actually the deck that I'm going to be playtesting. I've got a couple pptqs coming up. I think it's something we'll do really well. I know a lot of people were kind of disappointed that we didn't see it at the Pro Tour. I think out of the whole entire Pro Tour, not a single white card was even registered, which doesn't mean that this deck isn't viable or anything like that. Even Paulo Vitor Rosa even mentioned, just because of the way how the Pro Tour works and everything like that, it doesn't mean that basically there was like four main decks between Teamer, Energy, or four-color Energy, Ramen Up Red, and Blue-Black Control. Those were the main decks that everybody seemed to have played. I don't think there was... Oh, and minus Grixis Control. But he even mentioned, just because with that group of individuals, that's something that they do all the time. It's a very smaller group than what people are used to. And not only that, you've got the 24 best people in the world all playing at the same time. So that's just some really good advice that I thought he gave this week. But all in all, we're going to be going over my approach on Blue-White Approach. Basically, I really liked Jim Davis's take on the deck. So we'll go ahead and go over there. Went ahead, we got to play at least 3 Approach for the Second Sun. It's the namesake of the deck. Not only that, I mean, it's just a really good card, just being able to gain 7 life and then potentially winning the game. Our other win condition in the deck is Torrential Gearhulk. Now, I know people usually don't play this card, but I really like Torrential Gearhulk, and we're a little bit more towards the counter ability of this deck, and not only that, we're searching a little bit better from what I've seen than the decks that play Opt. I do not play Opt in this deck. I'm not saying it's not a good card, but I wanted a little bit more control in my deck, and that's the whole entire reason why I chose this. And just being able to cycle out more seems to be a little bit more effective for me. For a removal, we're playing 4 copies of Cast Out. Just being able to cycle, look for your other approaches. There might be something other you might need to do. 3 copies of Farm. Now, this was in Jim Davis's deck. I really liked it. It did really good. It's a great card. Not only that, you can flash it back at instant speed to be able to play Market. That comes up kind of rarely, but when it does, I mean, as long as you're able to keep count of where Approach is, it usually works out pretty well. And then we're going to play 4 copies of Fumigate in the main. It seems a little bit heavy. I know the other guy in Dallas, he played 3 copies of Fumigate and 1 copy of Pull from Tomorrow. I think Jim played 4 copies of Fumigate and 2 copies of Settle the Wreckage in his main deck. We do have Settle the Wreckage, but it's in the sideboard. All in all, it's still a really good card. Don't know why that was there. We don't need to fix anything. One of our best search engines in the deck is search for Azcanta. Not only that, when it flips, becomes Azcanta, the Sunken Ruin. Being able to impulse and search for, some removal if we need it. We've got some different counter spells if we need to, but usually it's a late game to be able to find our Approach for the Second Sun's a little bit faster. 4 copies of Censor. It's really good. Just being able to cycle or counter a spell from 1. And usually we can hit them for their big, and you just get that full retail in for Censor. It's awesome feeling. We're going to play 3 copies of Disallow. It's mainly just for a bunch of different random threats that can happen out. Our another kind of draw spell, our main one is Glimmer of Genius. Between this and Farm to Market and the Search for Azcanta, it's just a really good card. Just being able to go 4 cards deep helps out a lot. Our other kind of card draw and counterspell is Supremo. This card is just so good for what it does. I just really, it's so good. Being able just to play this with the Impu, Impinu Rivulet. I should know how to say that. Just being able to find our. It usually happens where these two are somehow paired together, from what I've noticed. But just being able to dig even further, you can dig like 8 slots down, which works out really well. As for our land base, we were playing 25 lands. As I mentioned earlier, this is basically from the gym. The only thing different about this is that we're playing 2 copies of Field of Ruin. Now, this is usually for Ramat Red decks. We're playing it for other Search for Ascantas, just being able to take that away from them. And then, Glacial Forests, our Infinite Rivulets, as I mentioned earlier, just being able to go 4 cards deep when we're trying to go 7 cards. And for that, and Irrigated Farmland. Our sideboard is a little bit interesting. So we're going to be playing 6 board wipes altogether. I put 2 copies of Settle Wreckage in the sideboard. It's just mainly because I like Settle Wreckage, but I think Fumigate is the best board wipe in all of Standard at this point, just because of what it has to deal with. Not only that, there's like tokens decks that are becoming really good. Brian Brown put up a deck with that, and it just seems to be doing really well. And also just 2 more extra board wipes for Realm Up Red. I think it's a great thing for it. 4 copies of Negate. Probably one of the best counter spells. We'll do it against blue-black decks. We really don't bring it in for Realm Up. Sometimes we need some extra counter spells, though, when we play against Teamer Energy and the 4-colored Energy deck. That's mainly where that goes. 4 copies of Authority to the councils. This is mainly for rubbing up red decks. Those token decks can really mess some math up for them. Regal Caracal. Sometimes we will bring this in against other control decks, just mainly because if they're playing cards like Lost Legacy, then they'll call for our Approach the Second Sons. And this is a really good finisher. I really like the cats. At first, I didn't really care for them. It took me forever to find them in real life. I was able to get them pretty easily, though. Thanks, Star City. And Cool Stuff Inc. I appreciate that. And then our second to last card for the sideboard is Vizier of Many Faces. So they were playing this in the Pro Tour, and I thought it was a really cool idea. They're playing it against like those green decks, in particular, the Teamer. I think they thought Carnage Tyrant was going to be really good. I actually wonder kind of what Carnage Tyrant's price is right now, because it was like a $30 card, and I don't think it's really seen much play as everybody thought it was going to. I don't even think there was any copies registered at the Pro Tour. But just basically the ability for this card to come in, it actually can trigger the enter the battlefield triggers like normal cards. So you can actually copy a Torrential Gearhulk with this card, so you get another 5/6. You can hit the Glimmer off with it. I've been able to do that. That was really nuts. Or even sometimes, what was it that happened? Just being able to hit like the farm or the market side of farm to market is really good. Or just copying their best creature. There's nothing wrong with that. Shredding was the biggest thing. It was mainly Torrential Gearhulks being able to copy that with this. I was also able to copy a Scarab God, which was amazing. So being a blue-white deck and all of a sudden you're playing a Scarab God in the deck, it was something they didn't really expect, but it was funny. I'm trying to think. All right, that is the deck. So let's go ahead and get going. I played it a little bit earlier today. Looks like we are playing. What is his name? We are ready to start. We are playing Chaz 37. All right, so the die roll, we've got 13. That'd be good enough. Will we get to start? All right, we will be on the play. Okay. Double Sensor, double Torrential Gearhulk, Glimmer. It feels like it would be selfish of me to keep this, But if we can hit 2 more lands, I think this is okay. So we'll go island, pass. I really don't think I should have kept this. If I get stomped, I get stomped. Beaumont Courier on black. Okay, this is probably red-black aggro. Oh, we got a third land. Island, go. Just need one more. And then we should be off to the races. No freebooter. I'm trying to figure out. So the other deal too is right now he cannot sack his Beaumont Courier to draw extra cards because he doesn't have any. We're going to go irrigated farmlands past the turn. So, I mean, so far we're not really being as punished for this as I thought I would end up being. Take one. Dragonsteel Summon. Inpu. Inpu? I think it's Impanu. Ipnu. Yeah, it's Ipnu. Cannot pronounce that card. I wish there was a pronunciation thing. Okay, we're going to take the hit. So what's going to happen next? So he's up to 5 cards. We will go ahead and we will Glimmer. Let's view the top 2, see what we get. Disallow and Island. I think that actually will be pretty good because I can see him sacking that Beaumont Courier here pretty quick. And we get an approach. That's fine. So we're at 5 lands. Let's see if we can pull something out. Seems like right now he's just pretty excited to attack with that Beaumont Courier, though. But if he sacks it, let's go ahead and we will cycle our Censor. We will draw Censor. I feel like we just need another land. Take 2 from Shock. It's not as aggressive right now as it could be. I guess that's okay. Okay, 1, 2. Karizev. Let's go ahead and we'll disallow that. And Beaumont Courier actually really is such a good card that there we go. Okay. We got 6. Let's see what we got in the graveyard. Pushes. All right, so we are online for approaching our next turn. We'll probably Gear Hulk in response to something. We've got Disallow. 1. Okay. Here we go. We'll take 1. 2, 3. Tomb Raider. Ruin Raider, not Tomb Raider. It feels like a Tomb Raider for what it does. Double Tomb Raider. Okay, that's a little bit much. Let's get the value for Censor. Like, I'll let you draw a card, bud, but that's... He's dealing some serious life to himself. And we've got an island out of the deal. Or a swamp. Not an island. Alright, so we are off to the races. Put top card face down. That is like the one thing I do not like about this is there's not an easy way to do this except for playing 6 cards face down on it. All right. Now the question is will he, let's have some fun. I think he'll go to 15. I highly, see he would have blocking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So now we know that our approach to the second sum is 7 slots down. Glory bringer. 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so he's going to be pushing hard this next couple, which is fine. Harsh scrutiny. He was alive, he did. All right, we're okay. Harsh scrutiny. Chooses creature. What can torrential get for me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I could, well, disallow the harsh scrutiny because I want to try to get back to the glimmer. Hazaret. 4. Sending the team. Then we'll block Rune Raider and we'll go down 6. Lightning Strike. Okay, so this is a little bit unsettling, but that's okay. And it looks like we had another approach right before. Boom. Good game. All right. So this is where we want to get some of our fun stuff in. So he's probably prepped for sensors. We will bring in Settle the Wreckage. I feel like this is a lot. Okay. We'll probably take out a copy of Farm to Market. Seems okay. Maybe only have 1 authority or 3 authority. Regal. Where did it disallow? Did I take it out? No, I didn't take it out. Actually, let's do this. I'm more worried about. No. All right. So we should be gaining some serious life on this next one. I have 1. No. No, but I do have Glimmer, Regal. I've got 3 lands. I think I can do. Should have just kept it. So we accidentally saw a card. I think the easiest way to just make that is to ship it to the bottom. It's going to be a while before we get there. No authority, though. which is sad because I was really excited for that card. He's got really aggressive this one. Ooh, Regal Carrot Cow. It's on 5. So we can make it to 5 and should be okay. That's, yeah, he loses. You just have, oh, you can't slew from hand. Oh, right. So you probably got super aggressive. This Ramanop Ruins is in the deck. And he's dressing. Stress, non-creature, non-land. This is hard. Well, I could impulse and maybe find something better. I think that's you can find something to throw him off. The only thing is he gets to know about the Regal now, so. Okay. So, I mean, technically you got a 2-for-1. I didn't feel good giving him the Supremo. I wanted to make him work for something else, I guess. It probably was best either way. Ruin Reader. Okay. Okay. I don't think we're going to win this one. And I just realized we could have farmed a market. We would have been at 9. And yeah, I goofed. I mean, we can still. Comes the braid. Okay. So we go block here, block Rangavan. Take 1, 2, 3, 4, I think. Unless we hit a fumigate next turn. Okay. Chandra. So we go block, block. Okay. So we go 2, 2. 1. Okay. Yeah, that farm to market. Farm to market got us. See. Technically, he won. And he is being nice enough to where we can play it out instead of having that ugliest hand. So really, this is just going to be for practice then, because I would count that as a loss all the way. Duress. He'll probably takes it pretty well. Yep. I feel like Censor's better now because I'm on the play. So maybe he won't. Go for 2. Karzov. So he didn't see farm to market. So this time we are definitely farming. Or technically we can count this the best out of. So with the trigger, yeah, he's still 3. The Ruin Raider. 3 more for that. Actually, I don't think I'd mind. He could attack. I mean, I would take 3. Take 3. Ruin Raider would probably go double Ruin Raider, pick up a couple cards. I think that's probably best. And then I can just go ahead and Glimmer. And hopefully Glimmer out a. Yeah, that's pretty good right there. Settle. Be able to get a 2-for-1 special. Oh, next turn is going to be so ugly. Here we go. I think he'll play both of them. He did. Kitesail Freebooter. 'And I feel dumb. I take out 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that Kitesail Freebooter. Another Beaumont Courier. Oh. Authority of the Councils. Oh, we are going to do something very nasty this next turn. We're going to cast out and settle. That's not. Doesn't work like So hopefully with Settle the Wreckage in hand, if we see another freebooter, I think I will freak out. You're getting a braid. You're gonna deal 5 damage. Or sorry, it's just 4. Here you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You go up to 10. Like that's better. All right, maybe we can make it back. Oh. One, two. And we've also just nullified the Ragnarok too. So with this interaction between Authority of the Councils and Karizev, it says whenever Karizev attacks, create. Okay. Yeah, okay. I understand now. Cut. It's going to try to ribbons. Okay, so ribbons is double black and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The most you can do is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Use one off from lethal. So we need to cast out, draw, fumigate, fumigate. So let's go ahead and see if we can get another game, and then we'll call a night from there. Remember, guys, if you like any our content, just like subscribe to us. We've got a Patreon channel if you want to go check that out. Trying to think what else. Here, probably in the next week or so, we will be doing different of the Ixalan tribes. I know everybody's done those here lately. I want to try to see what I can do with, my own spin on those. Okay, so it looks like we are for sure going to be able to get another match. The other thing I've been testing out is the Jeskai version of this deck. I've posted up a video with it. It did pretty all right. All in all, though, I think it's a really good deck. It just kind of depends. I'm not really sure. I'm probably going to go to a tournament before and check out and see what the local meta looks like. And we completely play. We're going to keep this. Pretty good. Like 3 Supreme Mills, a Sensor. We're definitely going to be hitting some land here pretty quick. Maybe this will make up for the last couple games. I hope. Shelter Thicket. I think it might be the energy deck. Or maybe some dinosaurs. We'll just have to see. Sheltered Thicket going into some Pelgrove. Oh, Tepic Huntmaster. No ramp for you today. So we're definitely playing against some dinosaurs. Inpu. Roulette. 3 Supreme Rail. A Disallow and a Sensor. I'm kind of hoping that Otepic Huntmaster was his land 3. What we do not want to see is Carnage Tyrant. So all creatures come into play tapped. I think that's fine because usually our torrential gear hulks and everything like that will come into play on turn. On their turn anyways. Fumigate. I really want to take it just because I feel like we might be able to get in our land. And I am worried that Carnage Tyrant is going to pop out of nowhere. Farm to market, that's fine. Don't really have a choice, but it's fine. So, are you going to attack first, or are you going to try to play a spell? 4. Really need some more land. Two. Oath of a Johnny. We're probably going to kill the Kinjali's Sun Wing. I really don't want to take 3, and that card is going to get annoying after a while. Really surprised by Oath of Johnny, though. I think this is the 0-3, maybe. Yep, Kinjali's Collar. Followed up by Commune. We really need to hit another land because he is 1 off from Carnage Tyrant mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we need to hit 2 lands in a row. Hopefully both untapped. This is one sucker I do not want to be messing with. Regisaur Alpha. Cool. Well, that's fine. We can counter that. It's funny how I was talking about the Carnage Tyrant earlier and how it doesn't show up, and then all of a sudden playing against the dinosaur deck. Just so you talk it up, it's going to show up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you can play Regisaur Alpha for 4 because of the Kinjali Collar. That's probably what he's going to do. There it is. We are not going to let that resolve. Okay. Do we have other Fumigate? Probably what I should have done. Well, I didn't have enough mana to do both Sensor and a Supreme Will. Counter. The Supreme Will is just one blue, right? Yes, I did. Oh, that's what I get from this looking. Plus, it doesn't help when it's kind of later. All right, let's go ahead and let's Supreme. We're gonna look at the next top 4 cards. And Impu, River Outlet. We're gonna take that. I mean, those are some really good cards, but I'm just really worried that Carnage Tyrant is all of a sudden going to come down and try to smash face. And I guess that's also why I'm backing Double Fumigate at this point. Rather be caught with my pants up and my pants down. Two, three, four, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He can still play Carnage Tyrant. We don't want to do that. That's not what I want. I want Glacial Forest. We're going to cycle our Sensor. We're going to play a Glacial Fortress, and then we're going to pass. No win cons yet, so hopefully he does. If he plays Carnage Tyrant, then I keep talking about Carnage Tyrant. We've seen Regisaur Alpha. I don't think really there's anything else. It's a decent win con at this point. 1, 2, 3, 4. Regisaur 5. And I knew it was coming. Eventually. A Johnny. What the crap? Okay. Fine. We can let Johnny resolve. We'll kill it with Disallow when he tries to ultimate it. Okay, so this is a Johnny, the Valiant Protector. I think this is one of the Johnny deck. It is the Johnny deck card. So he's at 5. +1. That's actually a pretty decent +1. He's going to Kinjali. Collar. Okay. Not that bad. We're going to go ahead and Glimmer. Shoot. And that is like the second time I've done that today. So he can change this into a 5/5. I'm okay with just taking 3 to the mouth, or yeah, 2 to the mouth at this point. We need another land since we hit our approach. But really, 2 to the mouth at this point isn't that big of a deal. Two, 3. Ripjaw. Ripjaw gets pretty annoying. We can fumigate, or I can search. I think this is the best. We'll search. This way we'll get our 7th land for sure. And then we will cast out the Ripjaw. So we'll take 5, go to 13. And then took 5. We're at 13 now. Okay, so the deal is with search with Ascanta, it's a May. We've got an untapped land. I think I want it. Let's do this. We'll go on ahead. We'll fumigate. We'll gain 1, 2, 3, 4. And we'll pass. I don't even think he saw. No, he has this. Torrential. We will draw torrential. I think this. Oh, we just said began. As mentioned earlier, we are scared to death. So we need to bring in settles. We need to bring in our viziers. Censor, as we mentioned earlier, gets worse when we're on the draw. But I think this is pretty good. Hopefully we can vizier into something. Into some shenanigans. One land and a search. He seems to go kind of slow. Okay, we're gonna try it. Probably not the best thing to do. Of course he'd say. And we're gonna be rewarded, barely. With our search, we should be able to find a white source of mana to be able to farm. Okay, so he's got... No? Okay. Another farm. Let's see, we're going into turn 3, so let's see what happens. Right now, all of his dinosaurs cost 2 less. Kinjali, Droner. Graveyard. That kind of doesn't matter at this point. Glacial Fortress, but unfortunately comes into play tapped. So this next turn, we're going to take a shot in the mouth for 5. I think we've only missed our lane drop once. No, this is turn 4 for him. I think. 1, 2. He just had a nut draw. Well, something is better than nothing. So what we'll probably do is farm something. Maybe this Drover of the Might. Or we can farm the Kinjili. And then that way the Drover is a 1/1. I like that. Commune. Okay. And at the end of their turn, next turn, we should just be able to find Rip, you know. Actually, you can play that too. Let's do farm. I'm going to draw here. I'm going to go down to 1. I think the best option is to farm again like that, just so we only take 1 point of damage. Oh. Yes. Now the question is, do I want to take 7, or do I want to take 1, or do I want to let him ramp? So if he would have had a Carnage Tyrant or a Regisaur Alpha, he would have played it by now. Well then. He is playing everything that no one expects. Okay. Top 1 is approach. I think we're okay just drawing it. I think now we have to be a little bit sparing with our life. We have Glimmer, which we need to draw some cards at this point. So taking 8 would put us down to 6. Man, I do not want it. He's got that Regisaur Alpha too. Do we take 8? I think we can take 8, go to 6, Next turn, he is going to ultimate his dinos. Then what we do is we settle the wreckage. I think we just take him. He land. Let fumigate at this point. Okay, that's not bad. All right, now we just act like we're sad and depressed and that we don't have anything. Oh, he's down to 2 cards in hand too. There's no way he can stop this. So, do we get a bye, Felicia? Do you ultimate? Feels like overkill though. He's smart and won't ultimate it. Okay. So we're just going to settle. And we are literally almost there too. Flipping as Kanta approaching, going up to 13. Well, that was nifty. He got all of his Naya colors at once. Oh. Oh. So ugly. Well, it's not all that bad for us because we can 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, okay. We can settle the wreckage. Carnage Tyrant. We can either do it off the torrential or we can just do it naturally and then have 2 of them in the yard though. I don't think that's probably the best thing. And that Huatley is getting big. And Carnage Tyrant now is a 9/9 or a 9/8. Well, we got rid of Carnage Tyrant. The one card I was worried about that really hasn't been done anything. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Chandra, Torture, Defiance. What the crap? Oh, there's just so much stuff in this deck. Okay, so Charger starts out as a 4. Goes up to 5. Will you cast that? So this is like some Naya Planeswalker. More. 3, 4, 5, 6, So we can't cast approach yet. Upkeep. Top 1. Let's go on ahead. I don't think there's anything he can do to give his creatures haste. Let's attack first. Let me try to go straight into that Chandra. See if he's willing to give it up. Okay. Phase 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Approach. One, two. Almost put Torrential Gearhulk there. And so right now he has 0 cards in hand. Granted, he can draw, and Chandra can also help out with that. For Chandra to be able to, we still have our cast out too. So we're not really as worried about Chandra as I initially thought. Chandra's going up to 6. I'm just going to cycle. It's fine. Whatever. I think we've got you. 1, 2. He's cycling the Thicket. I think he's looking for another Carnage turret. Hotly is going up. Take 1 from the Otepic. He's 6 spots down now. I think what we'll do is cast out Chandra. Yeah, cast out. Cast out Chandra. I should have attacked, but I don't think at this point it matters. Now we're just playing the waiting game. It was 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Hang on. 2. And let's see, did not attack. One. Ooh. Vizier of many faces. So we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We can Vizier, hope to get a land. And then really cast out. We're going to clone it real quick. Top 2. We did not. We got another Vizier though. That's fine. We're going to attack into that Chandra. So we are really close. I think Vizier into... I think we're going to go Vizier into Supreme Will, maybe for the win. At this point, anything can... Okay. Let that resolve. Wait, that's with the Chandra. So we got a Vizier acting like a torrential Gear Hulk. Golly, this card's Sunblast Mount. I guess he's not going to go for the search. Oh, he can go. Does he have enough for Regisaur? Yeah, he does. So he goes Regisaur into. But we got 2 blocks. We got 1 block for sure. He can take 3. He could tap the Otepic Huntmaster, so he could give Regisaur haste. Another Huatley. He's going to give this Dinosaur, I think it's plus. Give it haste. I don't think it has trample or anything. Farm it. Then we can actually take out Chandra and a Huatley. He might Regisaur Alpha, but I think it's about that time. Top 1. We are going to put that in the graveyard. And there's our approach. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Good game. So we're going to go ahead and exit out. We took that in a 2-0 sweep. So in our first game, there was a lot more that I could have done, for one thing, to have been better. It was really awkward. That was the first time I ever went up against a red-black deck. It feels like that match for me naturally will be a little bit tougher. But then against like the mid-range decks, like the green-white or the Naya Dinosaur deck, it seemed like I had a pretty good control over that. What I really realized is that I just really need to be paying more attention to the way my cards interact. There was a couple of things I could have done a little bit better that would help. And I just really need to watch the way that I'm sideboarding against these things. Regal Caracal didn't get to do as much as I wanted to. It's okay. I really do think that the 4 Torrential Gear Hulks in the main do make it a little bit more viable and does pretty good. I didn't get to copy a Carnage Tyrant, but being able to copy another Gear Hulk for a Glimmer really was pretty good. And I had the other option to be able to Vizier into a Gear Hulk to be able to do the Supreme Will. The only thing that really kind of sucks is that these guys don't have instant speed. Not only that, they make really good blockers, and then you can just keep popping them back in. They, it's really good. It's a 50-cent card. So if you guys don't have one yet, I'd probably go get it. I wish we got to play some more of the tier 1 decks like Ramen Up Red and the 4-color and Blue by Control, just to be able, so I know how that's going to go. I'll probably be testing this deck for a little bit longer, and then I will be playing it at my GP, or not my GP, my pptq. Probably not going to be able to make the one on October 21st, so I'll be playing November 24th. So that's what we'll be doing. Probably be, playtesting this deck, and I'll be bringing different deck techs over the next couple months. All in all, my name is Zach. I'm with MTG Poke Hero. Remember, check out our Patreon channel. Like, subscribe, please. Kind of help us out a little bit. Just tell your friends about us, have them check us out. If you guys want to try something different, or got any ideas, please let me know. I've got a couple ideas that I've got that's going to be a little bit new for the channel. And remember, my name's Zach. You guys have a good night. Thank you, and may the top decks be forever in your favor. See ya.